have that's exposed to the environment is nurtured by vitamin A. So from one point of view, it's part of your first line of defense. That's number one. Number two, when I tell you, and if we were in consult, and I'd say, well, you want to take 25,000, or if I put you on one of my products, I would say, take this one. You want to take one or two tablet every hour on the hour. And I will guarantee you will not get sick. Okay? And if you are sick, 36, 48 hours, it's a done deal. Reason being, and why you want to do it on the hour, thereabouts, is because vitamin A will go to the thymus gland and help mature T cells so that you can have more killer cells going out and doing battle with an invading army. And that's how you have to look at it. When you get sick, your body is under attack. There are so many things that happen simultaneously. Number one, your adrenal glands become stressed out because your body's under stress. The adrenals, you want to look at pantothenic acid, vitamin C. When your adrenals begin to falter, your immune system falters. So whatever your immune system held at bay, it's going to manifest and flourish. So it's good to have, and this is a product that I recommend everybody should be on, is an immune building formula. Let's go back to, and then I'm going to give you something to think about in terms of Crohn's disease. Let's go back to the concept that we've got 1 billion transactions going on. Murphy's Law says 100 million are damaged. We've got damage right now. Now, if your immune system is in great shape, you may actually eliminate all of the mutant cells. But what if your immune system isn't in great shape? And maybe you get 50 million of the cells. You still have 50 million cells that are creating corrupted daughter cells. You need to be on a good, and I don't know how you all feel about supplements, because I've met so many people that say, well, look, I do an organic diet, I drink distilled water, I'm vegan, I'm not even vegetarian, I'm vegan, I'm beyond vegetarian, and so I'm super healthy, and I don't believe in supplements. And this is what I do say to them, and this is what I will say to you. If you are not supplementing your diet, and I don't say this because I have a vitamin company and I'm trying to sell you product, I'm telling you this is the way life is. If you do not supplement your diet, your body will not be able to withstand the onslaught of everything you're dealing with on a daily basis. Between the environment, the stresses at work, either the people you work for, the people you work with, or the customers you got to take care of, and I'm not even going to talk about family issues, okay? They are all stressful. They all tax the body. You're never going to do the journey that has to be done just by diet alone. Now, in terms of Crohn's like rheumatoid, alopecia, MS, they're all autoimmune diseases. What's interesting about autoimmune diseases, if you have one, is that the doctor has you on autoimmune suppressing drugs, or let me rephrase that, they have you on immune suppressing drugs. From a different point of view, one, I think that's insane, because if the immune system was truly out of whack, wouldn't you have all of the autoimmune diseases? Okay, but you only have the one. You only have the Crohn's, you only have the rheumatoid, you only have the alopecia, you only have this one or that one, Hashimoto's, and the scleroderma, thank you. And those are for really sensitive people. Very sensitive woman. And what's happening is that because certain cells are corrupted because of the choices we've made in our diet, and we made those choices specifically to manifest a particular degree of corruption in order to help us understand something. Okay, yeah, I would try that in English, but I don't know how. That was as succinct as I could get it, I think. And so what happens when we have, quote unquote, an autoimmune disease, what it's telling us is that those 20 million cells that were not captured migrated to this particular area because this particular area is an area of conflict for the individual. Okay? And that's how the body works, so that with everything that goes wrong with the body, there is an emotional counterpart. And so when there's an autoimmune disease, it's simply because the body has, one, the individual doesn't understand the emotional conflict that exists, and two, not enough has been done to nurture the body to get it back to health. See, the catch-22 in our society is we're totally disease-oriented, and what we need to be is health-oriented. Stop thinking about the disease you're trying to deal with. Forget it. Because if you go, doctors have their own little libraries, and one of the greatest books that they have is called the Merck Manual. It's the doctor's Bible. And if you ever sit down and look at the Merck Manual and you start looking at the cause and the etiology of all of these diseases and conditions, they'll tell you they're unknown. They're not unknown. I mean, they may be to medical science, but they're not unknown to people who think. They're not unknown to the nutritional people. Your body is divine. Your body is magical. And even though I will say to you there is not one magical product in here, I will say to you that it's all magical in the sense that it will feed you, it will nurture you, it will give you what your body needs to help it build and attain and maintain balance and harmony. When you get caught up looking for the magic pill, okay, because we've all been so indoctrinated into the medical way of thinking, we're looking for the magic pill. It does not exist. You want to know what the real magic ingredient is in healing? Understanding. If you can understand your condition, and you can understand the emotional conflict that brought about your condition, you are more on your way to understanding and mastery of that condition and your life in general than you would be doing drugs or just doing supplements. Okay? Understanding is a major key. And anytime you have an autoimmune disease, anytime you have any kind of a condition, it is your mind's way of saying to you, we have a conflict. And the conflict is manifesting here. What is the nature of the conflict? The nature of the conflict would be your subconscious expectations of who you think you're supposed to be versus your conscious desire of who you want to be. And when those two energies clash with each other, there will be a physical disruption, a disharmony, a dis-ease in your body. And wherever that is in your body, that will give you some insight as to what you need to work on. Just to throw that out there a little bit, since Lauren felt I should say a little bit about the book. And that's what's in the book. The book, what I talk about in the beginning is how the human mind works, so that you can understand where I'm coming from in terms of what goes on in the subconscious mind. You know that you are co-creating your reality. If you don't, good book tells you in New Testament, know what's before your eyes, all the mysteries are revealed. Whatever is within will manifest without. These are all in keeping with truth. Every part of your body has an emotional representation or something that it is symbolic of. Every supplement, every nutrient, every part of your body as well as every disease has an emotional counterpart. When you can understand that, you can certainly move yourself forward. Any questions? I don't know how we're doing on time.
Cod liver oil versus EPAs and vitamin A.